What is up, girls and gays? My name is Kai, and welcome to Kai's Cave. So, it's a little bit of a different video this time. I'm not doing a reaction. I mean, don't really have that many subscribers to say that in the first place, but anyways, so I decided that kind of start changing things up a bit. So what I decided to do is that I want to start like vlogging and stuff. Of course, I don't have the proper equipment. I'm just working with what I got, which is my phone basically. But my final semester as a senior is coming up, and I kind of want to like make memories of that, because I don't really have memories of a lot of milestones that I like. I've come to realize that like I don't have many pictures of myself like with friends or anything. Like majority of pictures of me are selfies that I've taken with makeup on. Like that's nothing to go on. So since it's going to be my last semester before I graduate, I figured why not. But so I attend Coastal Carolina University, which is located in Conway, South Carolina. It's a school known for being close to Myrtle Beach, which is not that close. It's like 30 minutes. And it's also known being a party school pre-COVID. I'm not the type to party, so I never went to any. I don't really have friends who like to party, so I rarely hear about them unless I'm on main campus. But I just kind of wanted to make this video to talk about basically the pros and cons, honestly, of attending Coastal Carolina University. Because if those who do not know, it is a PWI, and niggers, I am not of the W. So, yeah. One of my biggest cons about Coastal Carolina University is that their motto is basically just like talking about inclusion, and we don't discriminate on the basis of race and sexuality and all that stuff. But it's not really like a forefront at Coastal Carolina University, if that makes sense. It's included in every single email you will ever receive if you are a student of Coastal Carolina University. So I'll go ahead and read this little statement that they include in every single email. So, Coastal Carolina University, CCU, does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, national origin, age, genetic information, mental or physical disability, or status as a disabled or Vietnam era veteran, in its admission policies, programs, activities, or employment practices. For more information related to discrimination, please contact Title IX and Title IX email. Blah, 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 numbers, all that stuff, yada, yada. So, there is an inclusion office, Intercultural and Inclusion Student Services. I frequent that office all the time, like every day, because I feel like that's the only place that I can go that's actually inclusive. The teachers aren't that inclusive at all. In the 3 years I have been here, I've only had 3 teachers of color. 2 were black, 1 was Chinese. She's my Chinese instructor. It's just a lot of non-inclusive factors when it comes to Coastal Carolina. Like, there was one incident where one of the off-campus housing complexes, I can't remember the name of it, they have an Instagram, someone that has a hold on the social media login made a racist post that said we want white tenants in our white community. The housing complex never addressed who it was and never gave out any punishment. Coastal Carolina, all they basically said was, we don't own this building, so we can't do anything about it. Like, come on now, you can't press that you're all about inclusion when you only have one small office based on that, and you don't practice what you preach in your policies. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but like, come on now. A lot of the organizations that are predominantly like people of color, they aren't organizations. Like, there's only one, and they just happen to be predominantly POC. Like, the activities board, it's majority black kids, but it just happened to be that way. Like, so we all know, like, every single campus has an activities board, and they have the largest budget when it comes to organizations. But I mean, that's another thing. But every other one is like, it's either there's like one Greek organization that's Latin based, and then the other ones are affiliates through the Intercultural and Inclusion Office. So I'm like, they kind of need to work better on that, because it's giving very much, we don't care that much about you. That's just my experience attending this place pre-COVID and during COVID. So yeah, like, that was just like a really big issue for me. I think it's honestly just because, like, Conway is a very conservative town, so I'm honestly not surprised. You would think Coastal Carolina University would actually strive to be inclusive much more than they actually do when they include this statement in every single one of their emails. Like, and they push for it, they like include it in orientations, and they include it in basically advertising to recruit people to come to Coastal Carolina University. So like, the math ain't mathing, basically. Another con is, it's not even about Coastal in general, it's about the people there. Like, during COVID, like, I know there are going to be people all the time next semester and the continued semesters that are still going to be like very wary of COVID, because not everyone has access to the vaccine. So like, it just makes sense. But not everyone wears masks. You would think that's a given, but in my opinion, it's a school that can put more policies in place rather than going to public and going to a store, if you get what I'm saying. Like, so there will be people that will walk into the buildings without a mask, and they won't put one on until someone calls them out about it. And even then, the second semester, people just didn't care. Like, no one will call them out, tell them put a mask on, like, all that stuff. They even have mask stations with hand sanitizer and paper towels like that at the doors. So like, I don't understand why people can't just wear masks, especially in the height of a pandemic. They don't wear masks outside. Like, if there's like a wad of people and they're outside, none of them wear a mask. Like, it's the difference when y'all spaced out, because with me, it gets hot and we're near the beach, so it also gets humid. So honestly, South Carolina is a humid state in general, so it gets hot as hell basically May through September. So it's understandable that when you get outside, you want to take your mask off when you're 6 or more feet away from somebody. But like, if you in a whole ass group and you're touring around campus, not even touring, just walking around campus with your friends and stuff like that, and there's more than 10 of y'all, come on now. Like, I will see people walking to football games and there'd be like 20 of them and none of them wearing their masks. It's not, like, Coastal has been real lax about implementing the mask, like, policies like that they set in place. It's ridiculous. Like, and even then, they had, like, in the food places, they'll have like stickers for you to stand on. What's the point of having stickers if you're not going to tell people to stand on them? Make it make sense. Next con is the dining halls. So the dining halls, sometimes their food can be good. Sometimes they be really good, but like, it's not okay. Like, no, especially the University Place dining hall, UP. That dining hall is the worst dining hall I've ever been to, ever. ever. Like, the only place that's actually really legit is the deli station and the home station on Fried Chicken Fridays. That's it. And then they'll sometimes have specialty nights, but like any other time, it's just not hitting at all. So you don't want to eat that shit, but then everything on main campus is closed. So like, that's the only place that you can eat, and like that's the only place that's close by that you can use meal swipes on campus. Like, there's a gas station in front of UP and stuff like that, but with like Domino's and liquor store and all that stuff. But like, not everyone has money to get that shit. We all know, we college students, we paying for books and classes and shit. We broke. So, and then the other dining hall that's on main campus, which is the bigger one, Hicks. A lot of people, that one is definitely better, but it's not the best. Like, again, Hicks has fried chicken Wednesdays and UP has fried chicken Fridays. That's it. Like, Hicks is bigger, so yeah, they have more options, but the more options are like pizza and pasta and then dessert. Like, they used to have like a stir fry station, but because of COVID, they closed it. So they basically only have the same things that UP has. The one plus I will say is that Hicks does have a lot of vegan and vegetarian options, like way more than UP. Like, even sometimes UP will actually, sometimes when you look at the menu that they have available, sometimes the stuff that they have labeled as vegan aren't vegan, because they'll say they're using like vegan cheese and stuff like that, blah blah blah, but people who actually are vegan and eat vegan cheese and know what actual cheese tastes like, they know the difference, and they can always tell which one is which. But anyways, the choices are not the best. So like, I'll always, like with meal plans at Coastal, you have like, you get some with a certain meal plan, you get dining dollars, and I will basically be using up all my dining dollars by September, October, because the choices that they have at the dining halls are just not good. They're not even satisfying. They're either not satisfying or they're just downright disgusting. Like, it's ridiculous. I think the last con we'll talk about is, if you are a driver, the parking is shit. The parking is shit. Like, there's barely any parking for students at all. Like, any, like, so they give out way more parking decals than there are parking spots, basically. So there's mostly staff parking, basically. So teachers and all that stuff, basically. They have most of the parking. And if you're a student and you happen to park on one of those spots at the wrong time, your ass gonna get a ticket, or you're gonna get towed if you have too many tickets. So yeah, there's a building called Wall, and they have like visitors parking in the very front. It's like 5 spaces, I think, but they block those off for no reason. And then there's very limited parking in front of the Humanities building, which is Edwards, and Britain is also very limited parking, and they close it off sometimes for no reason. Like, there was one time where one of my organizations had a meeting in Britain, and my organization has like this event at the last Wednesday of every month where we just have like a chill meeting where we have food and we just be comfortable in our pajamas, stuff like that. And our advisor and the exec board would have to drive and park so they can bring this stuff inside. And there was a basketball game happening that night, and the parking lot was closed. The reason it was closed was because it was handicap parking.
What? What the fuck?
Now, it's a smart idea to close off a space for handicap parking. That's smart. But the dumb thing is that the gym, where it's in the HTC building, which is across the road and behind a pond. So why would it make sense for you to have handicap parking for a basketball game across the street and not in front of the door where it's more accessible. Like, it would make sense to close off a section of the actual HTC parking lot for handicap parking and then close off the other one for like casual parking. Like, make it make sense. Like, it made no sense whatsoever, but that was just like a story that kind of like contributed to why this is a con. But and then like there's a parking lot named Gigi, and like called Gigi parking, and it's behind the academics building. So where like the registrar building and financial aid stuff like that is, it's way behind there. It's massive, but it's a walk. Like, it's a long ass walk basically, especially if you get there in the middle of the day because your classes start at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. All the parking in the front of the parking lot, which is closer to the behind the building, all that's taken. So you gotta park either in the middle, which is far as hell, or directly in the back, which is far as hell. So it's not really, it's only a win-win situation if you get there early as fuck, basically. And then the last parking lot is YY, and that's all the way in front of UP. They like, it's literally so far away that they have a shuttle where you park in YY and you have to wait for the shuttle to take you to main campus for you to walk everywhere. Yeah. The pros. Okay, so the pros of Coastal Carolina University. The one thing is Intercultural and Inclusion Student Service Office. That's one of my biggest pros because they actually make it a mission to be inclusive. It's in the name. Hello? So all of your POC affiliates and all your minority affiliates are going to be through that office. So the Women of Color affiliate, which is like an affiliate, it's an organization, but technically not an organization. The Women of Color, you have AIM, which is for Black men. Then you have Pride, and and then they have more LGBTQ plus initiatives, not affiliates. Okay, so this is often abbreviated to the IS office, IISS. They have Women of Color Initiative. They have the AIM Initiative, which is African American Initiative for Men. And they also have LGBTQIA plus initiatives. So I know one of the LGBTQ plus ones is Pride, but they don't really do much. Like, it's just kind of like, hey, we're all gay, so let's come and hang out. That's basically what it is. So I'm not a part of it. I didn't really feel a need to stay there because I thought it would be more, basically. But I am a part of WAC, and if you are a woman of color, any color, if you are a woman of color and you are going to attend Coastal Carolina University, please join WAC. When I tell you, it is one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had on Coastal. It is the reason why I visit the IS office day to day. It is the reason why I actually have friends. Like, coming from my previous university, I had no friends. I was a complete introvert. I just went through something very traumatic, and I was just not ready to communicate or talk to anybody. And WAC was like, hey bestie, therapy, but for Black girls. And yeah, so I love WAC. I love the advisor. You guys to join WAC if you are a woman of color that is going to be coming to Coastal Carolina University for the fall of 2021, spring 2022. So another pro to Coastal is the Coastal Activities Board, or CAB for short. And CAB, it has also helped me kind of just like venture out into things I would never have tried on my own, basically. The Coastal Activities Board is in charge for every single major event on campus. Every single major event on campus. There are bingos, there are they've had a glow run, they've had donations, they've done like poetry slams, they've had cook live streams like that. They've done magic shows last year. They've done a Cap Cookout, which is basically like Cab plays music, hosts food, all this stuff like that, and people just come out, eat. Everything that Cab does is free, that you don't have to pay for it. All you have to do is be a student of Coastal Carolina University and have a CINO card, which is your ID for Coastal, and that's it. They have Fall in Love with Cab Week, which is for Valentine's Day, and it's the week leading up to Valentine's Day, and they have just different events planned out, and that it can be really fun. Of course, yeah, this year had its limitations, so they couldn't really go all out. But the thing that has like the biggest hype to it, and everyone looks forward to it, is CINO Day. So CINO Day is basically a mini amusement park that they hold on Prince Lawn, which is the lawn between the Prince building and Wall, which is like this massive ass building in the middle of the main campus. And CINO, when I tell you, CINO Day is fucking amazing. CINO Day is fucking amazing. They didn't have CINO Day last year because of COVID, and we had to go home, so they basically canceled the rest of the school year, so we couldn't have CINO Day. But this year was my first and final CINO Day, and when I tell you it was amazing, it was amazing. And it was with mask mandates and COVID protocol, all that stuff. So imagine what it would be like without that. I'll probably link an overview video of the CINO Day for this past year.
That's right, Back to the Future. CINO Day 2021. We're glad to have all of our students.
Yeah, CAB is that organization. That's the organization you're probably going to hear most about if you're not in one. A lot of the major events that happen on campus are because of CAB. The next pro that I do have is that at the beginning of each semester, Coastal Carolina University hosts OK Day. And what OK Day is organization kickoff day. And so what that is every single organization on campus that registers for OK Day, and that could literally be every single organization on campus, will literally set up tents all throughout Prince Lawn so that incoming students or transfers or just current students that aren't in any organizations can walk through and gain information about these organizations and decide if they want to join them or not, basically. My first year, OK Day was what introduced me to the activities board and walk. And there are other organizations that I was interested in, but it just didn't work out, so I kind of just ended up not keeping up with them. Yeah, it was just a really good experience. The spring OK Day of my first year, I was already in CAB and I was behind the table at OK Day, and it was just like a completely different experience than being someone who just got there, knows nothing about the university, and trying to find out more. It was just like a whole new experience, and it was just like more fun once you know people and you can enjoy that atmosphere with other people. So it was a really interesting experience as a first year and being able to participate in OK Day. So the next pro for Coastal Carolina University is there's always something free. There is always something free that is going to be giving out. Like every Tuesday, there is Teal Tuesday. And so what Teal Tuesday is basically where a team from the Office of Student Life, they set up at a certain place around campus, and on their Instagram page they'll tell you like, we're going to be here at this time until everything is gone, basically, and you need to be there because the lines will be long. Like I've always missed out on Till Tuesdays because I'm always either having classes or it's just I just don't have the time to wait in a line that long for the possibility of not getting a shirt. They always have shirts, and literally the only thing you need is to get a shirt, you need to be wearing teal. And there's sometimes, well, if you're like a transfer, if you have a different school shirt, there's sometimes like there's Teal Tuesdays where if you bring that school shirt, they'll trade you for one of the shirts they're giving out. And then when you go to the football games, they're always throwing shirts. They're always throwing like just balls and just random shit, honestly, for free. There will be times like just stuff on campus, like the food places on campus will sometimes have specials or something like that, and then like organizations will like host stuff. And then SGA, I believe it was the end of the semester, for a week they partnered with Starbucks to have free Starbucks from 2 to 3, I think, free Starbucks of any size, any drink. And when I tell you, those lines were long every single day. Every single day. I mean, I went there every single day because I was going to get me some Starbucks. But, like, because at first, like, they didn't specify what size or anything. So everybody was like, oh, it's probably just, like, small size cup, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But no, like, people were walking out with Trenta cups full of all kind of mixtures and concoctions of shit. And it was completely free. Completely free. Cab definitely always got something free. Like always got something free. So my voice is going out. I've never talked so long. Another pro when it comes to the library, you get a total of $5 for printing, and a page is 10 cents. So you get $5 a semester. I mean, like, unless you're like in a class that requires you to write 10-page papers every week, you're most likely still going to have money for printing by the end of the semester. There's a thing called Cash. So with a lot of the meal plans, you have dining dollars. Dining dollars and Cash are not the same thing. Cash is when you take your money and put it onto your card just to make it so you don't have to carry your like credit or debit card, all that stuff. So Cash is like allowed at certain places like Walgreens, by Walmart, and like certain restaurants that are nearby campus. Like they don't really explain this because a lot of transfers and freshmen confuse Cash and dining dollars. So I just wanted to explain that because there are plenty of times where I've had friends think that dining dollars are Cash, and they've tried to get like order food with the dining dollars, and it's just, yeah, it doesn't work. A final pro is the shuttle system. So the shuttle system, before COVID, the shuttle system,
talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Like in total, maybe 7 different routes to navigate you all around campus and all the buildings associated with Coastal Carolina University. After 3 o'clock, Monday through Friday, black shuttle and the white shuttle will merge and become the black-white shuttle. And it will go to Walmart to drop students off until 10:30, I believe, because shuttles stop running at 11.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, overall, the shuttles are a pro, but there are like some things that could be better about it, honestly. I think that is all my cons and my pros about Coastal Carolina University. It's not really academic wise because I don't really know all the pros and cons of the academics of Coastal Carolina University because I only know what my major is like and what my minor is like. So I can't really speak on all of that. I don't frequent the financial aid office a lot. I don't go into the registrar's office. The only time I went there was to change my address when I moved. That's about it. The post office, I mean, literally all you gotta do is go there when you get an email that you got mail, and then you go there, give them your SINA card, and they'll come back with your SINA card in your mail. That's it. So it's not really a pro or a con. Like, yeah, it's annoying to stand outside in the heat, but Coastal can't control that. That's the weather. So, yeah. That is my video. I definitely will be making a video about things that you will need to bring to campus as a freshman or a transfer, because I definitely brought a lot of things that I didn't need as a first year, plus I didn't have things that I definitely needed. So I would definitely make a separate video about that if it is wanted. But yeah, if you like this video and you would like more like it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like more. Also, make sure to press that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload. I also make reactions to K-pop, BL, and anime if you are interested in those as well. Make sure to check those out. So, with all that being said, I will see you all next time. Peace.